What's going on?
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. And we do have some breaking news that we want to get to. This is some aerial footage of the house from Drake. This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home, and one person was injured in this. According to TMZ, sources confirm the injured person is a member of Drake's security team. Now, police have yet to say if they believe the shooting is related to the Kendrick Lamar feud. Drake and Kendrick
That's kind of
Lamar
messed.
have been feuding for quite some time, releasing diss tracks.
That's got. Don't just jump to that conclusion because, oh, he had a beef and it was on rap. They were rapping. They were singing. They were. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty messed up. That's the first thing they'll jump to. It's kind of messed up. But let's continue.
Against one another. But again, police have revealed the victim suffered for quite some time, releasing diss tracks against one another. But again, police have revealed the victim suffered a gunshot wound to the upper chest, and it does appear to have been a drive-by attack. Also, there has been impact across the Atlantic. In London, someone reportedly vandalizing Drake's store,
Really,
spray
y'all?
painting, quote, "They not like us" on the store's front window. That graffiti inspired by Kendrick Lamar's latest diss track drop, quote, "Not like us." And just a short time ago, we were hearing from Canadian authorities as they shared the very latest in this shooting. And I do want to play that for you right now.
Come on, guys. Y'all vandalizing stores because of a beef. Come on now. That's childish. I mean, we don't need to be doing that. That's idiocracy right there. Like, let's check out what this officer has to say about the shooting. At least we know one somebody got shot, a bodyguard or something got shot in the chest.
And I'm one of the media relations.
We were hearing
Go
from
back a little
Canadian
bit.
authorities
Let's go
as
to it.
they
I'm sorry
shared the
about that.
very latest in this shooting, and I do want to play that for you right now.
And I'm one of the media relations officers for the Toronto Police Service. Speaking today is Inspector Paul Kravchuk of our Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, which investigates all shootings and firearm discharges within the city of Toronto. Inspector?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Inspector Paul Kravchuk of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and I'm pleased to be here today. I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working apparently as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as be canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions.
Was Drake home, and is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation focus?
So I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation. Okay, like it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
The man who was shot still in serious condition. Have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that fled?
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition. And I'm not going to just.
Let's take a moment. I hope that he pulls through. Pray for his family too.
No, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys begun your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video involved with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said suspects plural.
He just said we did obtain some video that captured the incident, right? However, earlier he said he have no description of the vehicle. I heard that, right? That's what he said, right? So you don't have a description of the suspect or the vehicle, but you have video evidence of what happened. That's what he just said.
Good amount of video involved with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said suspects plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as a drive-by shooting, or more specifically, did they stop and open fire?
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene. That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone? Were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
In the incident, did it look like the
You ain't got that either.
security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
Just
Don't
say
know at this
no.
time.
Just say no.
Do you have video capturing the incident,
Yes.
the actual shooting?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can't give us a description of the vehicle?
Nope. Not at this time.
Because you don't want to release it?
No, because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct?
Yeah, I just said that shit.
As
Like-
we have information and we're able to.
Like if y'all want the public to find the shit, it's some fishy. That's that don't sound right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. If they have a description, they seen the incident, but they can't fit video quality. You got to tell me that a high quality neighborhood like this don't have good quality surveillance cameras. I highly doubt that, right? Highly doubt that. This guy is covering something up already. Something ain't right.
Analyze video.
I'm gonna go out on a limb right here, and don't kill me for saying this, but what if Drake set this whole thing up to make it seem like now he becomes the victim instead of, you know what I mean? After all the shit that done went on, you know, everybody's hitting him up. And what if he just set this whole thing up? I'm just saying, don't kill me, but let's just finish the video. That's just a thought, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we dealing with Hollywood people that's just
better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
You mentioned that the shooting occurred outside the gates, but there are markers inside near a garage, and there's an area cordoned off there.
Good question. Good question.
That far, Why would that be?
I haven't even walked up to the scene, so I can't comment.
What the?
Oh, thank you.
Do we know how many shots were fired?
No, that's going to be part of the investigation. Can't comment at this time. Thank you very much.
Is it gang related?
All right, so we
I
were
wonder if
just
those are
listening
shell
as
shots up
authorities
there.
provided the very latest information after a security guard was shot outside the rapper Drake's house right there. And this is aerial footage of his home in Toronto. You can see
That was a really good question because you could see it was taped off in there. It's almost like, look at that. That's tape. If it was outside the gate, why is there tape in there? Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right.
neighborhood. So this is what we know from authorities. The security guard was outside Drake's home, which you see right there in this aerial footage when that shooting occurred. The shooter was inside a vehicle. That vehicle drove by this house and shot the security guard. The security guard right now is in the hospital in serious condition. We were hearing reporters asking whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's feud with rapper Kendrick Lamar. And we heard authorities saying this is very early on in the investigation. And at this point in time, they do not have a motive. But you heard from the authority right there that there will be an increased police presence in this neighborhood. He did stress that there is no difference from other shootings. He
I don't
also
think
said he
I
cannot
don't know if that was a
confirm if Drake
drive-by.
was actually home at this time.
It
Again,
almost
this
seemed like
is
they got out the
Drake's home
car.
in Toronto.
Somebody got
He
out the
did
car.
say, though, that there is video evidence that captured the shooting. He did not elaborate as to exactly what that video showed. And he also said that they don't have any information about who called 911. So again, we are following some breaking news after a security guard outside Drake's Toronto house was shot, now in the hospital in critical condition. It is unclear whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's ongoing feud with fellow singer and rapper Kendrick Lamar. And again, these are aerial shots of Drake's Toronto mansion right there. Of course, as
Like,
soon as
what do you think about this whole situation? It's messed up because they're blaming, well, Kendrick Lamar's being named, possibly to have something to do with it. And I don't think he has anything to do with it. I mean, I just hope that it wasn't some fan that just decided to do this randomly because that's just stupid. Come on, guys. It was just a beef on wax.